Bitcoin makes a brand new all-time high. The Bitcoin miners finally breaking out here, giving us some nice moves yesterday. We've had turmoil in the bond market, and we're seeing some interesting things happen on interest rates. Let's get into all of that. Before we get going, go ahead and check out Capital Curiosities. They do fiscal histories, fiscal fiascos throughout history. They dropped a new video on Sunday. I've been enjoying this series as they come out. Link is in the description. Go ahead and give them a view if you want to see some stories and not just be stuck in the headlines like we have been lately. Anyways, let's get into it. So Bitcoin made a brand new all-time high yesterday, all right? And it's still there right now. We're at $111,473 right now. You can see the previous all-time high was right here at $109.5, okay? We are making that new high. We're going off of this bull flag, and if we go to the completion of this bull flag, which starts about right there, if we go to the completion of this bull flag, we're looking at a move up to at least 114,000. Knowing Bitcoin, it will likely try to go past that. Now, what are we seeing right here? So I've got an alert right here. This is my angle notification. If this breaks past this, then we're going back to the bottom of the channel. The bottom of the channel is down here at 106,000 in a couple of days. If it did it today, it'd be down at $104,000. But that's what will likely happen when this line finally breaks. The only thing I don't like about this is that it didn't go straight up like it did right here on May 8th and also here on April 22nd. So it's doing this in multiple candles, which I don't like for Bitcoin. I do like Bitcoin to do more of that instant rip versus that slow kind of grind. It is nice to see. We are seeing RSIs heated up here. We're at 77, so we did make a newer high, a higher high on the RSI there for this higher move just now. We're still lower than these peaks back here, but that's okay, I think, because if we look on the higher time frame, let's see if we look on a higher time frame, never mind, it's worse. Yeah, on the higher time frame, we got some RSI divergence playing out. We're even got a lower or about the same RSI as we did back here on the lower RSI from before last time we peaked out. So we're going to watch this very, very carefully. This RSI divergence is going to be interesting, I think. And if we break out of this channel, that's the end of that. We're likely to come back down and test this area in the 80s again in that scenario. But right now is time not to fear. It's time to be excited. We are getting brand new all-time highs. It's still going up. Things are getting very interesting. And that is all we got to say about Bitcoin right now. So let's go ahead and look at the warrants now. So, well, first of all, CleanSpark is opening pre-market up 6%, better than most of their peers other than CFRW. They are going to open up above the 200-day moving average. This looks like a bull flag. It looks like it's ready to go to 11, 12, maybe even $14 or $15 on this bad boy. Because if we look right here, there's not a ton of resistance up to here. And let's bring on the volume profile and see what it looks like. Yep. All right. So equilibrium on the volume profile is about $12. We get past $12, though the volume drops off significantly until we get up to about 14 bucks. So watch that carefully. And how did that respond on the warrants? Look at these. Look at this. Yesterday, 44.85%. If you have even half the conviction I have for these things, and you were buying down here between 15 cents and 20 cents and just accumulating, guess what? You were very happy yesterday. I was very happy yesterday. Now, we did shoot straight up to 70 on the RSI, so let's see what's going to happen there. Is it going to go higher? Is it going to cool off and then continue to rally? We'll see here. We're opening up at 35 cents this morning, it looks like. We're closing in on that old fib level there, okay? That fib level back here, closing in on it. It's at 36.79 cents. We get above it. Did I shift something? These seem slightly off. It doesn't matter. 64 cents is the next target after that. After 64 cents, 83 cents. Once we conquer 83 cents, we're going back to $1. Okay? That's what we're looking at on the warrants here. Now, where's the danger? The danger is at every single one of those levels that we roll over. Now, what else can we do to give us danger zones? Well, we can take our fib here, and we can go from this move here to that move there, right? And look at where we are. Oh, look at that. We're hitting the 786 right now. So on the fib, this level right here, that 34 cents, 34.5 cents, that is the 786 fib level on the retracement move here. Okay, so that I went from the swing high which was right here on March 24th, and I took it to the lowest low, and let's maybe even drag that a little bit lower to get it like perfectly lined up. Perfect. Excellent. And where are we at right now? Now, if we can close above this 34 cents and 34.5 cents, then we can move back up to the swing high, which is at about 39 cents. But if we fall back beneath it, well, guess what? We're coming back to 30 cents, okay? And that's all there is to it on that one. All right, so that's a quick fib lesson there. So what are we looking at? Though we're also looking for angles. I like to do my 3 angles of approach. So in this case, we had 1 here, okay? Now we're searching for 2. So 2 would be something a little bit steeper, right? A little bit steeper. And then 3 will be something a little bit steeper still. That would be that just absolute parabolic, we're going straight up sort of move. Maybe not that straight up. Maybe more like that straight up. Something like that, okay? So I'm looking for this to come back maybe to angle 1 still, since we haven't really found an angle 2 yet. So it might do that. And this happens on the way down too. It tends to happen on the way down too. And this one was quick, right? We had angle 1 right there. And then we had angle 2 somewhere about right there. And then angle 3 was very short-lived, somewhere right here to there. And like that was it. That was angle 3. That was angle 2 and 3. Okay, let's get rid of those. Anyway, so we're looking for that on the way up now. Looking for angle 2, and then we'll search for angle 3 afterwards. So I'm going to delete that because we're not even on angle 2 yet. We're still on angle 1. And once we find angle 2, then it'll bounce off that a little bit before we find angle 3 and find ourselves launching really, really high on that. So anyways, the miners, the warrants, doing very, 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 very well today. Mara, yesterday, Mara not so good here. It actually ended up negative on the day, but we're opening up 4% up. That is pretty exciting. Is there anything else that's of note here on the miners? Wolf up 5%. Hive, let's take a look at Hive. So I said Hive was going to break out if it got out of that, got out of this trend line here, and it did, and it's been breaking out for days here, and we're coming up on a bit of a resistance here at 222, but once we break that, it's going to move right up to 280 pretty easily. Core Z has been just a trooper. This thing's just V-shape right out of this thing. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's take a look at BitDeer. How's BitDeer been doing? It made a flag here. As soon as it gets back above this 1631, we're moving straight up to 20 very likely. We're on angle 2 on BitDeer right now if you zoom in here. So we're on angle 2. Angle 1 was down here. Angle 2 is right there. And now we're searching for angle 3 on BitDeer. Angle 3 is going to take us back to highs on that bad boy. What about IREN? IREN, similar, right? We had angle 1, then we had angle 2, and now we're searching for angle 3. Let me just draw that a little bit better. That's a bit off. There we go. Now we're searching for angle 3. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, now we're looking for angle 3. Angle 3 will take us again back to like that $13, maybe $16 range on IREN once it finds that angle 3. All right. Anyways, let's take a look at the scary part of the market right now. The thing that is frightening me most right now is this right here. Okay, the Dow Jones Industrial Average sank 800 points yesterday, or about 2% after, and if you were watching the tape, you saw this immediately in real time yesterday, after the 20-year U.S. Treasury auction rattled investors by sending yields up to 5% because, guess what? No one was there to buy them. No one was there to buy them. Bond traders or investors required higher interest rates in order to buy. This sent the interest rate flying yesterday. And if we look at this, this is the 10-year 3-month spread. Okay? This is the recession collar. Guess what we're on right now? We're on angle 2. We're on angle 2. So we had angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 is that quick acceleration. We're looking for that angle 3 right now. We might be on it. So pay attention. I had this line here to tell me, hey, something bad's happening. And then once we get back above this high here at 5.8, or really 0.6 on this spread, that's when I think things start to get a little bit scary, especially if it starts to accelerate. This is the one from March 2020. Okay, this is from 2020 back here. All right, so we went from 19 all the way to 22, where it was just sloping up, right? This was angle 1, and we came back to touch it a couple of times on the way, but then we had angle 2, and then, I mean, arguably, this could have been angle 3 right here. Yeah, this was angle 3 right here. We did angle 3 a couple of times. This thing had 2 angle 3s before it really gave up, right? So we had angle 3 right there. It went from angle 1 to angle 3. Boom. Little mini recession in March. Then it came back down and said, no, we needed to do angle 2 first. And then in early 2021. This is where Bitcoin topped out the first time. It did angle 3 again, came down and said, no, we got to go back to angle 2 and then back to angle 1 and hang out in between those two again. And then that's finally around May 2022 is when that thing finally started coming back down again. So right now we're looking for angle 3. So we have angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 is going to be steeper than this one. So this thing, once it clears 0.6, well, then guess what? We're going to come up to, 1.3 and 1.8 and potentially 2% at some point in terms of that yields spread. And notice right back here in March 2020, it did that big move just like we have right now, and then it came back to angle 1, and then boom, bounced right off of it. What are we looking at right now? All right, we went way up, came back to angle 2, and then boom, bounced right off of it. If we clear this high here and go higher, that is bad. That is really bad. All right, and if we go and look at the US 30-year, that went clear over 5% yesterday. It went clear over 5% yesterday. The Fed has been defending this level for a while now. This is the weekly, by the way. The weekly. They've been defending this for a while now. Every time it hits the 5% area, it comes down dramatically. They didn't defend it yesterday. Okay? They didn't defend it yesterday. It closed over 5%. This is bad. That is bad. We don't want to see that. That is going to be very, very scary for the market overall. Now, Bitcoin might be the answer to all this. Maybe. We'll see. It's a bit of a conspiracy theory. We can go into that another time if you'd like to hear about it. But yeah, that is bad. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. Don't forget to check out Capital Curiosities and have a profitable day.